What's up, guys? We're out in Glamis, and I thought I would do an updated walk-around video because the last one I did was in the garage. It was dim lit, and a lot of people had complaints, and there's been a lot of changes to the car since then. So finally we're outside, we're in Glamis. It is the weekend between Christmas and New Year's, and I'll do a quick walk-around, again covering things that you guys already know about, but as a whole, since there's been a lot of changes since that last video. So this is a 2017 RZR XP4 seater turbo. And the things I've done to it, first and foremost, is the cage. Most people back when I did it wanted to know. I think everybody knows now it's Madigan Motorsports. Definitely the biggest change to the car is going to be the cage. Totally transformed the look. I love it. It's awesome. Just the right height. You guys know I'm a big Madigan Motorsports fan. Also have their front bumper. I think they call it their Mojave bumper. I don't remember exactly, but all the links are in my description. So I've got their front bumper. Down here I do have a Moto Alliance 5,000 pound winch. I think it's their Viper Elite winch. Again, link in the description. Factor 55 shackle and a little arb eye hook on the end. I've got a 10-inch rigid LED light bar down there. Up front we have Super ATVs. Actually, I'll probably stand on this side for the shadow. Up front we have Super ATVs forward offset control arm, so it's 1.5 inch forward. That was just to help clear the 32-inch tires. At full stuff, they rub just a little bit. Like if I bottom out completely, they do rub just, I mean, barely at all. I got to hit something really hard and stuff the shocks all the way up in there. But it was really just to help clear turning radius with the knobbies. It would grab the back just a little bit. Stock, it actually clears 32s pretty decent, but this just helps. So Super ATV, 1.5 inch forward offset high clearance A-arms, upper and lower obviously. We've got aftermarket tie rod. Tie rods, this is going to be from ZRP. Their tie rod, I think it's their Extra Duty Desert Series set. Again, a lot of this stuff was new when I did it and I did the initial walk around, but check in the link for the description on that. But they've been great. Super ATV's front 2.0 Rhino axles. So people want updates too, because I've had a lot of this stuff on the car for a long time now, a couple of years. And sometimes Super ATV kind of gets a bad rap for some reason. I think because they're affordable, we assume that they might be cheaply made because the price point's really good on a lot of other stuff. But man, they've held up fantastic. Knock on wood, we're just getting the weekend started. But I've had absolutely the best luck with everything I've done. I've had nothing break from these guys. So really happy with overall the front setup. Moving on, so I don't miss anything, Madigan Motorsports grill. They sent that to me. That was really nice of them. Color matched the car, which was sweet. We got a Tusk half windshield. I almost never have this up. It's always down. In cold weather, a couple of times with some rain and stuff, I've flipped this up. But really, it's not necessary. It is nice to have. I do like it. The few times I've used it, it helps push the wind up and over, and I just like having it there in case I ever want it. Assault Industries mirrors, don't remember the name of them. Been really happy with them. They've been abused really badly, and they've held up great, no brakes. Everybody knows the light bar, man. This is now the most popular light bar out there. KC Highlights Gravity Pro 6 light bar. Wish I would have gone a little bit wider, but I ordered this at the same time that I did the cage, and I wasn't sure how wide I could go and have them tab it. So I would have probably easily done 7 lights, but still love them. They're so freaking ridiculously bright. Insane. We barely ever do night rides because bad things usually happen, but if you're going to do a night ride, get this light bar. It is pure daylight. It's ridiculous. We can come around to this side. You guys know from the door video, we did TMW Sidewinder doors. I've loved these doors. I think they look fantastic. Again, this is going to be a subjective thing, whether you want them to come up towards the top of these air scoops or if you don't. Both look good depending on how somebody builds the car overall. I just knew with what I was doing, and I wasn't going to do much back here, that I wanted a lower cut door. People have asked, do they rattle, do they shake, do they make noise? None whatsoever. I have not made a single noise while we've been driving. I did add their tape somewhere. Oh, it came off. Cool. So I'm gonna edit that part out. They've not rattled a bit. I've got their TMW door bags and knee pads. These weren't necessary. The biggest thing that surprised me when I did these doors is they come out, they flare out from the side of the car, and you end up gaining at least 2.5 inches cockpit width. So with the stock doors, my knee, and you remember, Justin's filming this, your knee slammed up against the pad the whole time that you're driving. And with these, you don't even touch them. They're not even there. So you get just a much bigger feeling car inside.
Yeah. On the stock doors too. The stock doors, those pads were, you needed those pads.
Yeah, you needed the pads with the stock doors.
Because your
knee was
smack
crammed
it,
in there. And when you switch to these, you get a huge area inside where now you're not cramped anymore. And I forgot to mention, the Madigan Motorsports rack is an option, which I really wanted for that kind of Baja look, even though it's more of a sand car at this point. But yeah, you guys can get that as an option. Assault Industries, I've got their quick release steering wheel. I almost never take it off, as you can see, it was full of sand, because we're really never in a situation where I have to, but if I want to, I can. So that's been awesome. It's a D-shaped steering wheel, and I got that in a white and black stitch. Making sure I don't miss anything. Obviously, the helmet out of the way. From the video for the seats, we did PRP's GT3 SE, GT3, PRP's GT3, yeah, that's it, seat. And I did that in suede and vinyl. Make sure you guys can watch that video if you want to see the install. Suspension seats, another game changer. I would highly invest in that if you're going to keep the car for a while. Very, very comfortable. Excellent made, of course. PRP harnesses. Went with a 4-point rather than the 5th point, just because it gets annoying to get in and out of the car a lot with the 5th point. Obviously, it's a little bit safer. But I've had zero problems with any of this. Plush, comfortable, really makes you want to drive the car all day long. So, a real back saver.
And the sweet stitching too.
The sweet stitching. Yeah,
sweet name. We gotta see
that.
that.
Adventure channel in there. I know you guys, if you watch the seat video, they had that embroidered in there for me, and that was super. That was a nice touch.
Pretty.
Very pretty. And I went with the bench seat in the back for the Doggers. Doggers doesn't really like to ride around, but just in case she wants to, she can hop back here and go for a putt around camp. Moving on, underneath we do have Tusk's skid plate, that UHMW, getting that wrong, that material, you know what I'm talking about. I've got their skid plate. Again, really happy with it, no problems. It came with reinforced steel kind of rock sliders that you install before you put that up there. And it's been a great skid plate. Been over rocks, been in Moab, been everywhere. And drug the car over stuff, and it protects everything, slides right off of it. Absolutely love the skid plate, zero problems. Up top we have the Buggy Whip. We went with a 6-foot white LED and the quick release. Again, update on that. People want to know if the quick release, you can come around just if you want. They want to know if the quick release, people have asked, is a good thing. Do you have problems with it? Not at all. And I mean, the threaded bases I had before, I just got tired of doing, but just being able to pull this pin, take this out, and put it away is awesome. And no, I've had no buildup, no issues where the connections are in here. So I highly recommend the quick disconnect if you guys haven't done that already. And in the back, we've got an Assault. I know it's a little dark down here, or back here, but the Assault Industries storage bag. There's a video on everything that I carry in the storage bag as far as for emergencies. I've got more tools than can fix the RZR. I got tools to fix sand rails and quads and dirt bikes. Why? I don't know. I'm paranoid. I like to have everything in case somebody else breaks down. Hopefully I can help that guy out. I got a Yeti cooler back here. They're little, what is it, a 12 quart, 6 quart, 9 quart? Don't remember. It's the smaller one, and it's a color match that just came out with that charcoal color, so I had to have that, of course. For motor stuff in the rear, we've got Agency Powers exhaust. Still, I think the best sounding RZR exhaust I've ever heard. They're either too canny, tingy, pingy, like Gibson and stuff like that. I don't really dig that sound for me. Or they're just too loud, or they're too quiet or something. I feel like this one sits right in the middle. It is loud, it's not quiet, but it's deep. It almost sounds like a Harley Davidson or something like that. It's pretty beefy, and I've not heard one better than this, so I just have no desire to change it. It was really high chromy looking when I got it, but it's tuned into this nice blued and golden color, so it goes, it's a nice pop of color in the back. I got a fire extinguisher here, obviously, mounted in the back. I think it's a good spot. Color match, of course. The chase light with the Madigan Motorsports cage is an option. Highly recommend it. You've got an amber and 2 brakes. We have ZRP's high clearance billet radius rods. Again, these have taken some abuse. Just knows some off-camera stuff happened a couple of trips ago where I would have folded a stock one absolutely in a heartbeat, and they've held up awesome. Fully adjustable, the Heims. They are super strong. You're never gonna, as far as I don't think I'm ever gonna break them. I've got the Super ATV Rhino 2.0 rear axles as well. Again, axles, people want to know, have you had any problems with them? It's one of those things that you forget about. You know, you're not worried about it because it never is a problem. So are they working great? Yes. Have I broken? Nope. So would I do it again? Sure. It'll be interesting to see what happens at the point I do break them, because they're not completely bulletproof, you know, but I think so far they've been fantastic. So we'll see how long they last. For the motor itself, not a lot has been done to it. Now remember too, with agency power and Vivid Racing stuff, there is a code in the description of the video. I don't know how many of you guys look at the description for the links, but I do have a discount code with agency power Vivid Racing. I've had it for over a year. It's 10% off. I didn't get that when I bought this stuff. I reached out to the owner, really nice guy. Hope he's watching the video. He gave us a discount code to give to you guys. So you can take 10% off. That exhaust is 500 bucks, I think, usually. I mean, 450 bucks, save 50 bucks like that. So make sure you guys check that out if you're gonna buy any of this stuff. I get nothing from that, by the way. I'm not affiliated with them. That's solely for you guys. But I'm also running Vivid Racing's tune, top-notch tune. It's been an awesome tune. Car's very lively. Turbo lag's gone. Did that immediately, pretty much after, I would say within the first couple of months of owning the car. And if you haven't tuned it, again, I don't want to encourage you to void warranties, but man, it's a completely different ride when you throw tune on it. The rev limiters and everything just go where they should be. So check that out. So Vivid Racing tune, agency power exhaust. At the time that those guys were doing those parts, they didn't have charge tubes and intake tubes, but Evolution Powersports does. So I've got Evolution Powersports silicone charge tube, which is in there, and their intake tube. That's connected to the stock air box, which I've taken the cover off of. You'll see that in another video. I'm running Agency Power's oversized intake. So it's a big old intake air filter with an air filter element over it and outerwear with no cover on it. I know some guys panic about the no cover thing, but I'm just saying, every sand rail, every buggy, every non-side-by-side out here, when you go by and you look at their rig, they're just running air filters with outerwears on them. There's no encased air boxes. If I was doing mudding or always in wet surf areas or nothing but desert racing with silt, I would do an enclosed air box. Being out here in sand, it's usually not being thrown all over the motor, and I'm usually leading, so I feel pretty comfortable with it. No problems. You really hear the turbo spool up, and it feels like it gives a little extra kick in the pants at the bottom. I've got Agency Power's adjustable blow-off valve, their wastegate. That's really nice. You guys can hear that in all the rides. Sounds awesome, but that's just really for that purpose at the end of the day. It just sounds cool. Lonestar Racing links for the sway bar. This is like the Franken-built car. I like so many things from different people. I don't care if it all comes from one company, obviously. I buy something from whoever I like the look of. So I got their sway bar and links, stock trailing arms for now, and stock clutches, all that stock. I haven't really messed with anything else motor-wise. That's pretty much it. The big thing, obviously, is the you can watch the video. Sandcraft Motorsports. I've got their Destroyer paddles. These are a 10 paddle. This isn't a 32-inch on their, man, I'm gonna forget the name of it. Do you remember? What's the name of that wheel, guys? It's in the description. I got a whole video on it, but it's been a long time. Don't remember. Great wheel. You can watch me and Justin actually do the install of this, and we weigh them. Man, they are feather light. Again, another big thing where you feel that immediate horsepower get to the ground, less rotating mass. I went with the 10 paddle to give it a little bit more mid and top end. So the old sand strippers like Sean's running, that I used to run, they're better in the small dunes because they light up right away. They have all the power right there on tap. I wanted a little bit more for mid and top end for hill climbs and the big dunes. I wanted to feel a little bit more spin and acceleration towards the top end of the RPM range. So been fantastic. Absolutely love the wheels and tires. I would do that in a heartbeat. It's an expensive upgrade, but I think it was dang worth it. Other than that, man, I don't think I'm missing anything, guys. I think the thing I want to ask you is I've considered do I sell this? Do I sell the RZR and start over, right? So I've obviously invested a lot of money into it, which is part of the fun of owning something. You guys, we're all guilty, you know, and at this point, what's left for me would be like a long travel kit and maybe a wrap. I don't know, I like the way it looks, but maybe a wrap, but mainly long travel, suspension shocks. Do I keep it? Do I do that? It won't add anything to the bottom line at this point, you know what I mean? What the car is going to sell for right now, probably going to be the same if I long travel it. I'd get a tenth of that investment back. So, you know, rather than do that, should I sell it and, you know, take that money and buy, what do you guys think? Should I go X3, do a build on something like that? I feel like if I went Turbo S, it feels so similar to this. I don't know if it'd feel like enough of a change. Curious what your opinion would be if I keep upgrading it, or if I sell it and I start over. So if you guys chime in, let me know what you think, or let me know what you're doing. If you've switched, if you sold something, if you started over, if you liked it, I'd be curious to know, because it's been rattling around in my brain lately, so it might be something I consider doing. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed the walk around. This one's a little bit better lit. We're not in the garage, so you can see everything. I didn't zoom up or anything like that, but you can obviously see the car. It's funny, so many people recognize it now. You know, people drive by and point, they'd recognize the car before anything else, which is kind of fun. So anyways, until the next big update on either an upgrade or it's getting sold, that's going to be the final update video for the time being. Me and Justin are going to head back to camp, hammer some brewskis. We got absolutely beautiful weekend waiting for us. The dunes look perfect, super tacky from the rain. We got some cloud cover. You hear everybody driving in the background. Look at all these people. Look at all these people having fun. Man, if you guys don't get to come to Glamis, I feel sorry for you. If you're on the East Coast, you haven't been here, you need to make a special trip out and just come experience the awesome. So,
Got a good little train going there.
yeah, they do. We need to tag into the backside of that. Just, you won't even notice we're there. But thank you guys so much as always for watching. I appreciate you guys. We're still working with Chevron, and cool projects are coming, and just so many neat little things pop up unexpectedly, and that's because you guys have subscribed. And it seems like such a good core group audience, you guys commenting and supporting and just being positive about everything. That really just makes me want to come out and do this stuff more, so much more than I used to. It's like I think of comments that you guys say and things you want to see, and I want to get that out to you because I know you enjoy it, and I think that's, at the end of the day, man, that's awesome. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you guys have any questions on the build, if something's not in a link in the description, for some reason it's missing, let me know, I'll get that to you. But it's been a fantastic freaking RZR. Hopefully we'll do a walk around in the motorhome. Guys, we'll see you on the next video, probably the next two that are going to come out of this weekend. All right, guys, see ya.